What is ego? Ego has different names. Some people call it the monkey mind. Some people call it the egoic mind. Some people call it Satan. The name doesn't matter. It's what it does and how it limits you, tries to define you, and determine your worth is what is important. So let's look at how ego, which is your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, it's like a system, it's like an energy. It creates layers throughout the day. Ego plays a role in religion, in culture, in traditions, in economics, in education, in health. Wherever you look, ego's playing a role. The question we have to ask ourselves is ego creating from a place of fear, or is ego creating from a place of love? When ego creates from a place of fear, we become angry. Our need to control is amplified. There is no space for grace. Ego moves us to condemn others and ourselves. See, whatever it is we think about another person, ego's doing it to us. So when I judge another, my ego's judging me. When I condemn another person, I am condemning myself. So that's ego's very subtle and manipulative that way. Ego's very good at pointing the finger at the other person when you are doing the same thing. And if you do not interrupt the ego with kindness and self compassion and ask your spirit to babysit your ego, you drown yourself in misery and drown others in misery. You create suffering for yourself and create suffering for others. Anything I think, do, or say to another, when it's coming from a place of fear, a place of hate, a place of anxiety, and these are the sidekicks of the ego, a place of frustration, a place of manipulation, I am living and drowning in that pond of misery. So when people use God, I love God. I love God. When God is fully present, there is no place for ego. We use God these days to label people, judge people, classify people, put them into categories, blame them, shame them, maim them in the name of God. We do the same thing with Jesus. How did the man who had no title, the man who did not ask to be worshipped, is now worshipped and given a title above? We create traditions, dogmas, and doctrines in his name, yet we don't follow his teachings. Only ego can do that. Because his teachings are unconditional love, forgiveness, reconciliation, if you want another name. I like reconciliation more than forgiveness. Peace, healing, joy, and grace. This is what Jesus teaches. I say teaches because for me, he is still alive in my heart. Everyone has someone who inspires them, but also liberates them. I do not know of any person that Jesus has caged, punished, condemned, and cast aside. So when we say we are Christians, is it Jesus of the mind, created by my mind and other minds? Or is it Jesus who teaches us about Christ consciousness, about divine love? What God and what Jesus are we referring to? Ego uses culture, traditions, politics, economics, norms, anything the ego can grab onto, it holds on and manipulates and creates a truth that separates you from your divine self. And you are creating from that cycle of misery and suffering. And then you spread that misery and that suffering to people around you. Everything becomes a complication because your ego mind is driving the narrative. When spirit leads the narrative, you lead with grace, and that's how you tell the difference. Anytime my body contracts because I'm experiencing a challenging life situation, or a person has triggered emotions in me, I surrender my mind and body to spirit. Because I know on its own, the ego cannot bring me peace. The ego has a function to create and overcreate, to protect and overprotect. The divine, on the other hand, says, are you happy? Are you at peace? Are you love? Now go create from that space. Go create like I create. When we create from a place of divinity, we discover more of our true selves, who we are as divine humans, having a biopsychospiritual experience here on earth, to share peace, to share love, to reconcile mind, body, and spirit, to heal, to bring joy, and to share grace. If your purpose is based on these 6 pillars, you are following the teachings of Christ.